Picture this. You're watching a live stream when suddenly someone pulls out a weapon, pointing it directly at another creator while thousands of viewers watch in horror. The chat explodes. Clips go viral within minutes, and another streamer's reputation gets destroyed forever. This actually happened, and it's just one of the most unhinged moments we're about to dive into. What you're about to see will make you question how some people ever got famous in the first place.
What? What? Try to come to my face and I paid for with a job that was going to change your life. That's great work. Go work at Chuck E. Cheese. Shut my Let me come here. Make me something. Really?
Fousey built his empire on being unpredictable, but nobody expected him to completely snap on his own team. The guy who once pulled pranks for millions of views recently fired his manager live on stream, and what happened next left everyone speechless. This wasn't some scripted drama for content. This was a genuine breakdown that got violent fast. The whole situation started when Fousey's manager tried to have a private conversation about business decisions. Instead of handling it professionally, Fousey decided to air everything out for his audience, screaming about how he pays everyone's salary and demanding respect. The power trip was painful to watch, but things got genuinely disturbing when he started getting physical. His manager, clearly uncomfortable with being humiliated on camera, tried to leave the house. That's when Fousey completely lost it, following him to the door while threatening him and demanding he stay to get embarrassed further. The man who trusted Fousey enough to manage his career was getting treated like garbage by someone half his age having a tantrum. But this wasn't Fousey's first explosion that week. He'd already had 2 other major meltdowns in the span of 7 days, creating a pattern that had his own fans worried about his mental state. The guy who once commanded respect in the content creation space was now known more for his breakdowns than his actual work.
Like crazy right now?
Nah, man, I'm not embarrassed. If anything, you should be embarrassed with the way you're acting. Like,
you know you're getting cooked?
I'm not getting cooked. I'm 19, you're 30, trying to roast a 19-year-old.
No, I'm 90, I'm 33 and I stand on
crazy.
it. And I'm worth over $50 million. What are you worth?
Probably more than you.
I'm worth over $50 million. What are you worth? Chain, you're 4'6", dog. You're short, you're ugly, you're not Connor Reynolds, you're not—
What makes someone think they can walk into another person's house and start throwing hands? Fousey answered that question when he decided to crash Jack Doherty's stream and turn it into his personal wrestling ring. The disrespect was unreal, spitting on floors, throwing water, and eventually slapping someone in their own home while acting like he owned the place. Jack, being half Fousey's age, tried to de-escalate the situation initially. He even acknowledged that Fousey was older and more successful, hoping that showing respect would calm things down. Instead, Fousey saw this as weakness and doubled down on the aggression, bragging about his net worth while acting like a complete child. The moment that broke the internet was when Fousey threw water at Jack, who responded by throwing some back. Most people would laugh it off, or call it even. But Fousey saw this as the ultimate disrespect. He wound up and slapped Jack across the face so hard the sound echoed through the entire house. Jack's security immediately stepped in, but the damage was done. Fousey had just committed assault on camera in front of thousands of viewers, in someone else's house, over absolutely nothing. The aftermath was predictable. Clips went viral, people took sides, and Fousey eventually had to do his usual apology tour. But the pattern was becoming clear. This guy couldn't handle being around other creators without losing his mind.
No, it's way harder. Okay, stop. No, actually, calm down.
No, why did you just touch me?
I'll hit you.
Why you just touch me?
Yo, don't grab my throat. Back.
Get back.
Stop. Hey.
No reason. Stop touching. Bro.
Yo, chill. I'll box you.
I swear to God, if you can command. What?
The Island Boys built their brand on being unpredictable and chaotic, but even their fans weren't prepared for how far they'd take things. Their beef with Jack Doherty escalated way beyond typical internet drama when they decided to make it physical, and what started as verbal sparring turned into something genuinely dangerous. These guys have short fuses, and even shorter attention spans, which makes them perfect for creating viral moments, but terrible for maintaining any kind of professional relationships. During one stream with Jack, things got heated over something completely trivial, and instead of walking away, they decided to make it everyone's problem. The situation exploded when one of the Island Boys' friends sneak attacked Jack from behind, slapping him while he wasn't looking. This wasn't a fair fight or even a planned confrontation. It was straight up assault disguised as content creation. Jack tried to retaliate but was completely outnumbered, turning what should have been entertainment into something that could have ended with someone getting seriously hurt. What made it worse was how they acted afterward, spitting around Jack's house and showing zero respect for his property or personal space. These aren't teenagers acting out. These are grown men who built careers on being chaotic but took it way too far when cameras were rolling.
Are you actually mad? Bro, chill. All right, chill. Calm down. Chill, bro, chill. All right, how about we just box?
I'm not boxing, bro. Fight me right now. I'm not boxing. Come on.
Most streamer beef stays in the realm of words and maybe some pushing, but the Island Boys took things to a level that had viewers genuinely fearing for someone's life. What started as typical trash talk between creators escalated into one of the most dangerous moments in streaming history when someone decided to introduce a weapon to the situation. Jack was in his car talking to one of the Island Boys when things got heated over money and respect, the usual back and forth that content creators are known for. Nothing that seemed particularly serious, but the Island Boy's energy shifted completely when he felt disrespected, and his response was to go grab something from his room that would change everything. The moment he came back with a firearm, the entire dynamic shifted. Jack's voice immediately changed from confident to genuinely scared as he realized this wasn't content anymore. This was a real threat to his safety. You could hear the fear in his voice as he tried to de-escalate while slowly backing away toward his car. The scariest part wasn't just that a weapon was involved, but how casually it happened. One moment they're arguing about typical internet drama. The next moment someone's life is potentially in danger over absolutely nothing. Jack wisely drove away immediately, but the fact that it got to that point showed how toxic the streaming culture had become.
Yeah, hey look, we don't want no problems. It would have just been a little better if you would have.
It's the way she came at us, bro. Hey, I apologize.
Hey, who was it? Him?
Duke Dennis built his reputation on being the laid-back, friendly face of content creation, which made his snowboarding confrontation even more shocking to witness. This wasn't someone known for losing his temper or getting into drama, but when pushed too far, even the nicest creators have their limits. The whole situation started over something completely innocent. Duke and his crew were snowboarding when they accidentally bumped into some people on the slopes. Normal people would apologize, maybe laugh it off, and move on with their day. But one guy in the other group decided to make it a bigger deal than it needed to be, talking crazy to Duke like he was some random person. Duke initially tried to handle it diplomatically, apologizing and trying to smooth things over. His crew was ready to move on, and everything could have ended peacefully. But the other guy kept pushing, disrespecting Duke and his people, while acting like he was tough enough to handle whatever came next. That's when viewers saw a completely different side of Duke Dennis. The friendly, joking personality disappeared as he made it crystal clear that he wasn't someone to mess with. His threat was direct and serious, delivered in a tone that made everyone realize they were seeing the real Duke underneath the content creator persona. Sometimes the nicest people are the ones you should never push too far.
Nah, where's he from? He like Florida. He like turn it. Oh, so Aiden Ross tripping too? Oh, for sure. Slap your. He took his stand. He took his stand, right?
Cool. Mics are good. Banned from LA. I'm not banned from LA, bro. I wish somebody would. I swear to God, I'm gonna go to LA and nobody to me. I promise you, bro. Like, you think I'm scared of LA? What? I lived in LA for years and years and years. I'm not banned from LA. That old ass on that podcast.
Prime's reputation precedes him everywhere he goes, and for good reason. When you claim to be from the dangerous parts of Chicago and have Aiden Ross vouching for your street credibility, people take notice. But that reputation became a double-edged sword when Prime decided to prove his toughness on camera, turning streams into genuine confrontations. The situation with Zurka showed exactly why Prime has the reputation he does. When someone said something Prime found disrespectful, there was no talking it out or letting it slide. The response was immediate and physical, proving that his tough guy image wasn't just for show. What made it more intense was how Prime handled the lead-up to the confrontation. Instead of just snapping immediately, he gave Zurka multiple chances to back down, asking him to repeat what he said while getting progressively more aggressive. This wasn't random violence. It was calculated intimidation that showed Prime's experience with these kinds of situations. The height difference made it even more dramatic as Prime stood over Zurka, making it clear that this wasn't going to be a fair fight if it continued. His Chicago background was evident in how he carried himself, turning a verbal disagreement into a physical statement about respect and consequences.
Phantom's reacting to you right now. Okay, Phantom, if you're watching this, I haven't said. Everyone else is saying this is Phantom RP.
Phantom was watching the stream from his own room.
Okay, look.
Nah, ain't no look.
No, look.
Ain't no look.
No, it is a look.
Ain't
though.
no look.
I haven't said nothing to.
Ain't no look.
Oh.
Why is your title Phantom RP on the scene?
Is it really?
Huh?
Okay, I didn't make that title.
Who made the title?
I don't know. One of the mods.
Who?
wouldn't know.
Unmod him right now.
Okay, which mod did it?
Who?
Yo.
What happens when someone who's used to crashing out meets someone who refuses to back down? Fousey and Neon found out during one of the most uncomfortable streams ever recorded, where power dynamics and ego clashes created a perfect storm of toxicity that left everyone involved looking terrible. Neon's disrespect toward Fousey was calculated and designed to get under his skin, but he clearly underestimated how far Fousey was willing to go to prove his dominance. The age gap made it even more uncomfortable as viewers watched a grown man demand that someone get on their hands and knees like they were being punished by a apparent. The physical escalation was predictable given Fousey's track record, but seeing it happen to someone as young as Neon made it feel different. This wasn't two equals settling a dispute. It was someone with a history of violence targeting someone who couldn't realistically fight back. The aftermath showed how these kinds of incidents affect everyone involved. Fousey had to deal with the backlash of attacking someone significantly younger, while Neon learned that talking tough on the internet can have real-world consequences. Neither person came out looking good, but the content got the views they both desperately wanted.
I don't know what it is. Play about my mind, boy. Twitch on Geo. Beezy, get back to Twitch. I don't know what it is. What's the principle? I don't play about my money. Don't need no putting up my money. Like I said, $20. Y'all twitching? Get back to twitching for somebody to get to twitching. On I'm not playing with you, bro. You got my money, grab my money. Right. My money. Chill.
The streaming world has evolved into something nobody expected. A place where entertainment and genuine violence intersect, creating content that's simultaneously compelling and deeply concerning. These crashes aren't isolated incidents anymore. They're becoming the norm as creators push boundaries to stay relevant in an oversaturated market. What's most disturbing is how quickly situations escalate from normal conversations to legitimate threats of violence. The pressure to create viral moments has creators walking a tightrope between entertainment and actual danger, with their audiences cheering them on regardless of the consequences. Some of these people have built entire careers on being unpredictable and chaotic, but they've created monsters they can't control. When your brand is built on crashing out, where do you go when normal breakdowns aren't enough to keep viewers interested? The answer seems to be escalating to more dangerous territory. The saddest part is watching talented creators destroy their own careers for temporary attention. These moments might get millions of views, but they also burn bridges, create legal problems, and establish reputations that follow people long after the cameras stop rolling. The internet never forgets, and neither do the people who got hurt along the way. The streaming world has become a cautionary tale about what happens when content creation becomes more important than basic human decency. These crashes show us the dark side of internet fame, where personal relationships, mental health, and even physical safety become secondary to getting the perfect clip for social media. The question isn't whether we'll see more incidents like these. It's whether anyone will learn from them before someone gets seriously hurt.